Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to a Hitman 3 update. In this video we'll be covering all the patch notes that are going along with the updates. It would be a lot easier to follow along if you would just go into the description and click the blog post and follow along, because there's a lot of information here and it'll be easy to digest by following along as well. I'm going to be putting stuff on the screen as well, but it'll be easier to understand if you are following along. So first of all, the first major patch for Hitman 3 arrives today. We're excited to include a long requested suit as a new unlockable. Yeah, it's a new unlockable that all players can now earn, as well as many improvements and tweaks that will improve the overall game performance. We've also prepared the game for the continued release for the new content in the coming weeks and months, but we're keeping those announcements under wraps a little while longer. Hitman 3 February patch details. Hitman 3 will be updated to version 3.11 on all platforms: PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC, Stadia and Switch. You can check the current game version that you have access to in-game at the bottom of the options menu. It comes live today at on the 23rd of February, which is so everyone should have the patch now live. There's no maintenance, however there has been issues with the Xbox patch. The servers went down, well, for maintenance because everyone's progress got deleted. Big yikes, but they are working on it, and they'll let you know as soon as possible when it's ready to be played again. The patch size is between 2 to 3 gigabytes on all platforms. Stadia and Switch players do not need to download or install the patch. They will get access to the latest version when they launch the game after the above time. So what's in there? So new content. The tactical turtleneck is now unlockable for all Hitman 3 players. Once unlocked, it will be added to your inventory and can be used on any location that allows you to choose a suit. To get your hands on it, you'll have to return to the ICA facility and complete the final test. So just in case you didn't know what it looks like, it is the suit that you already have in the ICA facility. So the suit that you're wearing there with the turtleneck jumper, you can wear that as an unlockable once you complete the ICA facility. The final test, that is. Next is the new Deluxe Content. So owners of the Hitman 3 Deluxe Edition or Deluxe Pack will get access to the new content this month as part of the ongoing rollout of the Deluxe Content. This will bring the total number of released Deluxe Escalations to 5 out of 6, and we expect the release of the final Deluxe Escalation and therefore all content included in the Deluxe Pack in March 2021. Here's what included in the February for Deluxe Edition Pack owners. So first of all is the Proloft Parable Deluxe Escalation. Become the White Shadow and use the White Custom Sieger 300 and White Katana to complete this challenging escalation in the Carpathian Mountains. Complete all stages and all of the items will be available in your inventory, which is a good little escalation. I just completed that earlier. It's already on the channel if you want to check that out. Just make sure that you avoid it if you don't want to have anything spoiled for you though, but it is a really good escalation overall, I think. And it's not too challenging like it says. But the next one is the Deluxe Escalation, the Gauchito Antiquity. Get ready for the Guru to give you a taste of the emetic medicine in Mendoza. With the emetic grenade and emetic pen syringe at your disposal, you'll need to work through all stages to unlock the 3 items for your inventory. So that's a pretty decent escalation as well. So it's pretty solid overall, these escalations over the first ones. Next one is the new content will be added for Hitman 3 every week in February, including an upcoming elusive target in Sapienza, escalation contracts in Dubai and Dartmoor, as well as featured contracts from our friends at MinMax and Kind of Funny. See our February roadmap post for new details. A full roadmap for the next month will be released in early March. So the next content drop is going to be this Friday for the elusive target, the Deceivers. I'll be sure to cover that in a video as soon as I possibly can when it's available. General updates. First, the Deluxe Content. We've fixed an issue that could prevent some players from being able to access the Deluxe Edition content, i.e. digital book and soundtracks via your interactive account. After installing this patch, players should first launch Hitman 3, then check their reward section of their IO Interactive account profile. It may take up to 15 minutes for the downloads to appear after playing Hitman 3. Connectivity. We've made several tweaks on the back end since launch, and this is the first major patch allows us to do more. We've made several technical improvements and tweaks that will result in the smoother and more stable experience for all players. This will improve the experience for players who are receiving errors when trying to exit a mission. Stability. We've resolved multiple wide-ranging issues that were causing the game to crash for various reasons. Players with all on all platforms will benefit from these improvements, which is good to hear because I've personally experienced a lot of crashes, especially on Dartmoor, when entering the mansion itself, the manor house itself. It was very, very crash heavy. And in the Carpathian Mountains, when you're lockpicking the cabinet, it would crash a lot there. So hopefully that is all sorted out now. Trophies/achievements. We've resolved an issue that could prevent the Reach Mastery level 20 achievements trophies from triggering. Despite players reaching the milestone, in some cases this issue could prevent PlayStation players from earning the Platinum trophy. Players that have been affected should unlock the relevant trophies and achievements when they are launched the game after installing the patch 3.11. Trespassing Agility. We've updated the HUD rules to accurately display when Agent 47 is trespassing whilst performing agility moves, i.e. climbing, vaulting, etc. In the past, the HUD would only show all pipes and ledges were non-trespassing, even when it wasn't the case. In truth, 47 was trespassing, but the HUD didn't reflect that. The change will mean that the HUD will display accurately when you are actually trespassing. This may cause some of the inconsistencies, such as only half of the drain part being a trespass zone. But the information you see now will be accurate according to the mission setups. We're monitoring any further issues that might come up with this. But next is the hostile trespass. We've added a new audio effect for when players begin trespassing in a hostile area. I haven't personally heard this. I've played it today, and it feels like it's exactly the same sound as it was before when you enter a trespassing zone, so I'm not sure. What they really need to do is add like an on-screen prompt to warn the player with whatever disguise you have on that this area that you're about to enter is a trespassing zone, because it's nothing worse than spending a long time planning your route or planning your Silent Assassin strategy, and then you accidentally walk into an area that you don't know is trespassing, and then your Silent Assassin's gone and there's nothing you can do to recover it. I absolutely can't stand that, and I really wish that there was some sort of indication of where the trespassing zones are, because the guards that are guarding the areas, they don't really give a really good indication unless you're really super close or even in the trespassing zone before they react. So I really hope that some way down the line they can sort that out. That would be really cool. A good quality of life change, I think. Next is the Silent Assassin heads-up display updates. And what is the Silent Assassin HUD? And it's an icon next to your minimap that will track and show whether the coveted Silent Assassin rating is still possible on your current playthrough. Turn it on and off here in the gameplay HUD, Silent Assassin HUD. So you can go into your gameplay options and you'll find it all through there. Recording Eraser. We've added a new state to the Silent Assassin HUD. This third state will display when the Silent Assassin rating is still possible, but 47 needs to erase recordings before exiting the level. This will be shown as an orange/yellow blinking image of the usual Silent Assassin HUD image and a security camera. This is something I mentioned months and months ago, and I'm so glad that they've added something like this. So you've now got a green, red and orange system, which is really, really cool. So when you've been spotted by a camera and it turns red, you're thinking, oh, did I get spotted by a camera or did I get spotted by a person? You don't know, because there's no way for you to the game to tell you. But now they've implemented this. If you do get spotted by a camera, it will turn orange, and you'll now know that you can recover it. Fail better. We've adjusted the red Silent Assassin HUD indicator to make it easier to identify when compared to the green state. The red icon is now a red outline of the Silent Assassin HUD icon rather than a solid red colour, and the green icon remains solid. This should make the red and green states easier to identify for some colourblind players. So that's a good quality of life change as well for those people that are colourblind. Next is map-specific changes. So unintended base jump for Dubai. We've adjusted a few places where Agent 47 will jump off the side of the building and outside the playable area instead of vaulting, like the prompt suggests he can. This includes the one that you might have encountered when throwing knives at boxes in the Sinbad Stringent Escalation. Yes, I was thinking about that myself. I was smiling just thinking about that. But that's nice that they fixed that. No ghost. We've adjusted the weapon protocols in Dubai so that the security guards or anyone disguised as one are unable to openly carry a sniper rifle. They're now restricted in all disguises and will be enforced accordingly. I thought that was the case anyway. I thought the only time you can carry a sniper rifle on your back in any disguise is casual mode. That's strange. I've never noticed that before. Incorrect Arabic. We've adjusted the Arabic script used on the informational boards around your location. The text is now displayed in the correct way and with improved accuracy for some of the translations. I've actually seen this complaint, so it's a nice change as well. Invisible walls. We've removed 2 invisible walls that could partially block Agent 47 from freely moving through the ventilation room near the penthouse. Lockdown. We've resolved an issue where players could be unable to complete the How the Mighty Fall mission story after triggering the silent alarm that have been and then being compromised by the investigating guards. So again, it's a good change. Dartmoor specific location challenge. Top Gear. We've resolved an issue where the Top Gear challenge wouldn't unlock, that is. This was only an issue if you chose to get on the bike from one particular side. Now that you can get on however you want and still get the challenge. I think this was an issue in Berlin as well. When people were trying to complete the T47 challenge, if you get on the bike the wrong way, you can't actually complete the challenge, which is odd, really. But hopefully they fixed that there as well in Berlin. Next is Mr. Pond. We've resolved an issue where bodies that were dumped in the pond were not always hidden and could be discovered. So that's been fixed. Next is Berlin. So Canal Man. We've resolved an issue where Agent 47 could fall out of the playable area in several different places. It was almost as if he was trying to escape. Equip Wrench. We've removed the manhole in Berlin as it was causing several issues. There are healthier alternatives to dumping bodies or leaving the mission. They are now your go-to. I find that funny. There was an issue on where the delivery guy is in Berlin. If you finish your mission and you break open that manhole, anything you do after breaking open that manhole and after you try to exit because the exit was broken, if you try to exit and because the exit was broken, anything you do after that is completely not recorded. So you could kill everybody on the map after you've done that and still get Silent Assassin. And it was kind of funny for a while. But they removed the manhole altogether now. instead of trying to work out what the hell the problem was. But I guess it's no big deal because there's a scooter right next door anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Plus there's a crate there too, so it's not a big deal. Next is a pump cap. We've resolved an issue where players could get stuck after taking cover next to a petrol pump. Tremaine's Pain. We've resolved a complicated issue that could cause the game to crash when eliminating or subduing a specific target, which is Agent Tremaine, after performing specific events prior to that. Next is the Chongqing in China, and it is pronounced Chongqing before anyone keeps trying to correct me. It's Chongqing. You Google it, go on YouTube, look at all the pronunciations online, it'll tell you it's Chongqing. I am pronouncing it correctly. Please stop trying to correct me. Anyway, moving on. Confused shortcuts. We've resolved an issue where unlocking the facility elevator shaft shortcut would unlock the challenge for unlocking the inner courtyard shortcut and vice versa. Yeah, that was an odd one as well. I got confused about that the first time I unlocked those challenges. The all-seeing controller. We've resolved an issue where players could not complete either the controller or the all-seeing eyes mission story on master difficulties. And we've also fixed a related issue that would prevent the description for all-seeing eyes from displaying on the notebook. I thought mission stories were disabled on master mode. Have they changed that? That's odd. Because I'm pretty sure mission stories were disabled for master difficulty. I don't know. Anyways, laundromat. We've resolved an issue where the technologically advanced invisible washing machines that were added to Chongqing were causing players to report them as bugged. We've reverted them back to normal type of washing machines you'd expect to see. We would like to take this time to thank everyone else who understood what we were trying to go for. That's funny. I like that. Illegal umbrellas. We've resolved another innocent item is illegal on casual difficulty issue. This time it was the umbrella. I noticed this. I pointed this out in my video. I think it was when it was. I don't know. It was that challenge where you knock out that guy that's dancing in the rain. Yeah, I pointed that out. If on casual mode, the umbrella was illegal, which is odd. Everyone just started gunning you down. How dare I hold an umbrella in the rain? Next is the OOW. We've resolved another handful of issues where it was possible for 47 to fall outside of the playing space. He's persistent. I've never seen it. The only time I've ever seen it is Dubai and Carpathian Mountains when you leap off the train and you fall through the map. Yeah, it's the only two top places I've seen it. Frisk is next. We've changed the behaviour of the guards on top of the apartment building on the roof so that they no longer frisk 47 when he's wearing a guard disguise. Personally never encountered that one either. I think, mind you, I don't go through that area much. MC Fuse Box. We've resolved an issue where disabling a fuse box near the Lotus Passage could eventually attract a large amount of guards one at a time. Now only a handful that are nearby will be tempted. Okay. Next is Mendoza, the tour. We've resolved a few issues where the players could be unable to progress to complete the tour mission story, depending on their actions. Yes, I was experiencing this myself when I was recording videos. I'm glad that's fixed. Oh Snap 2.0. We've resolved an issue where a small speech bubble saying "Oh Snap" would appear near the level, seemingly at random. Not sure what else to say about this one. No more speech bubbles. I've never personally seen this. I've only seen it on like Reddit. I've seen like a little picture of it, but I've never seen it in game. That's quite funny. Frost. We've resolved an issue where NPCs could see through the frosted glass in the wine cellar. Now it's really good frosted glass, so they won't see anything you do at all. That's good to hear, because when I was doing a challenge video, even though the frosted glass was definitely on, I was still being spotted for it through it, and it was really, really annoying at the time. So I'm glad that's fixed as well. Cacti. We've trimmed the cactuses near the back door shortcut to prevent 47 getting stuck behind them. Arachnid pointing meme. We've made a change to the winemaker's behaviour so that they will now enforce their own disguise should they be knocked out and then previously woken up again. Previously they'd be completely okay with overcoming a headache and watching someone else wearing their clothes. That's funny. For my next trick, we've fixed an issue where all the items in a specific room in the steel tank area would disappear, and then 47 would stood in a specific place. Okay. A generic patch note says we've tweaked some behaviours for some guards to be more consistent around the winery cinema. We've been vague here to avoid describing something cool that shouldn't be revealed in our patch notes. Okay, I'll have to try that once. That will be interesting to see. Next is Carpathian Mountains. There's only one change here. Snow Dive. We've tweaked some of the agility setups on the roof of the train that prevent 47 falling off and getting lost in the wilderness. Next is the menu, HUD and UI UX improvements. Hello my old friend. It says, we've adjusted the background contrast in the mission end screens to make them more darker. The intention is to make the white text easier to read. Minimap. We've removed the border of the minimap to properly align it with the actual map itself. It was misaligned by a few pixels. I've never noticed this. That is insane. Okay. Oh Snap 1.0. We've added a full description to the camera item that viewed in the inventory. Okay. Intel acquired. We've updated the images for some Intel items on the Berlin and the Carpathian Mountains campaign mission. Just a matter. We've reviewed and updated the inventory images to show some items, make sure that the better the size, the perspective fits better with the other items. Okay. This is just really minor things, really. UDLR. We've tweaked the display of the D-pad icons on the menus to make them more easier to identify. For example, when we show how to switch ammo types in Sniper Assassin. Place down. We've tweaked the indicator for replacing an item that is easier to see in some instances. Sneak level 47. We've fixed an issue where we didn't tell you the exact button to press for crouching. It's quite important for that you know that, so we've fixed that. The reload HUD. We've updated the reload HUD icons to make them more visible, especially for some PS5 players. Sapienza menu. We've updated the destination background image for Sapienza to better reflect the current lighting. Where it's due 3.11, we have updated the Hitman 3 credits to reflect the work that has been put in since the submitted game for release. We also corrected the few errors and included new members of the team. Next section is just going to all be about virtual reality, so it's PSVR stuff. And the first part is called I Know It. We've added a note to the pause menu to tell you to look back at your hand for mission status. The back to your hand HUD has been in the game since launch, but we noticed players not being able to find some of the elements there. We're talking about it now because it just got a whole lot better. Because the VR HUD improvements are as follows. We've added a Assassin HUD and difficulty HUD options to the VR back to your hand HUD, where you can already see your current disguise. You can activate the back to your hand HUD by trying to look at your back of your Agent 47's right hand. The mission timer HUD. We've added a way to see the mission timer in VR when toggled on, and the mission timer is now visible when looking at 47's right wrist. You just need to look down to see it. Blue grid toggle. We've added an option that allows players to turn off the blue safe area grid, which is permanently shown when the VR camera is having difficulties detecting the controller and headset. We've also added this option due to player feedback, but strongly recommend that players keep it toggled on and instead adjust their headwear and physical position where possible. Mission story fade. We've change to how the mission story's text is displayed in VR rather than permanently being on the screen. They'll now be shown for a few seconds and there is an update and then fade out again. Activating the back to your hand HUD will display the text at any time. VR leaderboards. We have added a VR icon to the leaderboards to highlight when a score was achieved in VR. Options adjustments. We've adjusted the visibility and tweaked the toggles of a few settings that were not relevant when playing in VR, like weapon aim, fast targets, weapon HUD, reload HUD, and autosave and are affected. They have either been removed from the options menu when playing in VR, or the toggles have been simplified to explain the impact for VR players. Seeing spots. We've resolved an issue that could cause small green dots to flicker on the screen, especially in Dubai. This is caused by an issue with the UI. Background bleed. We've resolved an issue where the background image in the career page would overflow vertically. It's been tidied up. Cutscene exit. We've resolved an issue that could cause the game to revert to 2D or crash after exiting a mission whilst the cutscene is still playing. Save, load, replete, and we've resolved an issue that could make it impossible to see all the available save slots and trying to load a mission. The save files are there, but this visual issue was preventing VR players from seeing them. Revealing. We've fixed an issue that some prompts are on screen would briefly flicker when first appearing, such as the ball icon when a mission story is being revealed. Smoke test. We've tweaked a few smoke visual effects to make sure it looks great in VR. The smoke can be seen from explosions, weapon fire, and specific events like the Miami podium, and sometimes lacking some finesse. So that's all that was VR related stuff. I don't have a VR headset yet. I am interested in playing the game in VR, but I'm just not interested in paying £300 for a headset just so I can play one game. It seems a bit of a poor investment in my opinion. I really would like to play PlayStation VR, but like I said, I don't want to pay £300 for a headset. Notable updates for in-game challenges. No discovery for you. We've resolved an issue that could cause the discover location challenges to not complete. The issue was caused by players discovering areas whilst in the contract creation mode, and those discoveries were not being added to the total amount. With this fix, when discovering locations in contracts mode, players will see the areas that have been discovered when they launch a mission in that location and then complete it or quit the mission. Too suave for you. We've resolved an issue where the summer suave suit was listed as an unlockable for 2 different challenges. Now the suit will be unlocked only when completing the Escalations Track 2 Tier 9 challenge. We've also resolved an issue with the SASO times 12 challenge, and the description says times 17. You can probably guess that you need that what was fixed, and it involved the 1 and the 2. Right, so game mode changes to the Sniper Assassin mode. I don't know how many of you guys are still playing that mode, but I'm going to read it out anyway. A mansion in the mountains. We've added a briefing video for the Himmelstein Sniper Assassin map back into the game. It was AWOL. Sniper Rifle Mastery. We've resolved an issue where the mastery upgrades that players had earned were not added to the rifle, and players were always using the base rifle regardless of their upgrades. Now the earned progress will be reflected accurately with the correct upgrades. The Druzina 34 ICA Wallbang. We've removed the shockwave and wall piercing perks from the Druzina 34 ICA sniper rifle when it is used outside of the Sniper Assassin mode. These were never intended to be available outside the sniper maps. So I'm in a way glad that this is fixed, but in a way sad that we know how long I have a wall piercing sniper rifle. I feel like we should have a sniper rifle that can shoot through walls, but only one wall or 2 walls at most. Actually no, just 1. 2 would be too much. As long as you can shoot through 1 wall, I don't see a problem with that. I really wish there was because I'm pretty sure that's how the Jaeger 7 Lancer was back in Season 1, until they removed that perk there as well, unfortunately. But I think the game, if we are going to have a new sniper rifle in the game, I really do think that it should be a wall piercing gun, but that can only pierce 1 wall. Next up is platform specific changes. First up is PS5. We've added support for game help on PlayStation 5. This is platform level feature and doesn't impact gameplay. When playing a campaign mission in Hitman 3, including Hitman 1 and 2 missions, PlayStation Plus subscribers on PS5 can get access to hints on how to complete each mission story, with videos and step-by-step instructions across all 3 games. There are more than 450 hints. That's a lot. Platform-specific changes on PC. Ansel Super. We resolved an issue where players could encounter visual ghosting or blurred images when either using the super resolution screenshots or adjusting FOV in NVIDIA Ansel. Apex Crasher. We've made changes to significantly reduce the chance of players using AMD 5700 CPUs from experiencing the crash when attempting to load Berlin. Next is just a location importing reminder, so to remind you everyone on PC that if you own Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 on Steam, you can now transfer over your Hitman 1 and 2 maps into Hitman 3. Platform-specific changes on Switch. Anonymous. We've resolved an issue where Switch users would see their username and ID listed as anonymous on the leaderboards. We've resolved an issue where the Switch users were not correctly informed about server maintenance when it was active and lookup. We've resolved an issue where Switch players were unable to see the contract lookup feature in contracts mode. So all these things have been fixed. Next is the Google Stadia. Button prompts. We've resolved inconsistencies with displaying keyboard prompts and controller prompts at the same time. We've also tweaked the button prompt consistency for different controller inputs. Dotted lines. We've resolved a few visual issues where certain dotted lines were displaying as intended. For example, on the mission score screen or when a mission story was being revealed in-game. Escalation corruption. We've resolved an issue where some visual corruption could occur when loading escalation contracts. Lighting. We've resolved an issue that could cause the lighting in specific rooms or locations to be excessively bright depending on your mission played previously. State share. Hitman World of Assassination, aka your hub for the entire trilogy of Stadia, launched with a state share. We want to reiterate those details here. State share is an exclusive Stadia feature that will have implemented into Hitman 3 that allows you to easily capture and share any mission, escalation or contract you are playing into screenshots and videos. Simply use Stadia's built-in screenshot or video recording feature to capture and share your contract state. When you create a state share, other Hitman players on Stadia can immediately start the contract with the same starting location, suit, items, both carried and smuggled, and difficulty. Sharing a state won't affect your own saves, unlocks or progression, and if you decide to retread your own steps, new unlocks and scores can still be earned. When you play a shared state, you can earn the new normal rewards, but access to any of the locked items will not persist after you have finished playing the state unless you have unlocked them during the session. And last up is the known issues they are aware of, but they have not fixed it yet. It says we've listed some of the most talked about Hitman 3 topics here to keep you updated about their progression, and this isn't an exhaustive list, and it will be added to over time. So first up is the Requiem pack. The Requiem pack was the Blood Money stuff, like the Blood Money suit and the Chrome pistol and all that kind of stuff, and the Pale Duck. It says it was not included in the progression carryover process and is currently inaccessible to players that own it. We plan to make it available again in a future patch. HDR. We're investigating and working directly with players that have reported that the HDR implementation isn't optimal on some setups. Shoulder camera. Removing the option to change which of Agent 47's shoulders that the game camera is located behind was intentional, and it's still possible to do when in combat. So when you're aiming down sight, you can switch shoulders there, but not when it's in third-person mode. We're aware of this player feedback on this choice, and we'll share any updates here in the future. It says we're sure that some of you will reach this point and can be frustrated that an issue that you currently have not been resolved or acknowledged. There's a very good chance that it's already on our radar, and we'll continue to add the most talked about topics to the known issues section of our patch notes as they arise. Thanks for your patience and for playing. They didn't mention the estate wine challenge in Mendoza, which is a bit concerning one. I know that's a lot of people had that problem. If you don't unlock the estate wine challenge on your first time, then you can't replay it on successive runs. But I don't know if it's been fixed. It wasn't mentioned in the patch notes anyway, but overall that's all the patch notes there is that says anyway, until we have more information on the next patch. But for this long video, I'm going to have to wrap it up now. So that's the entire update. It's a very, very big one. So we had to get through a lot of stuff, a lot of patch notes there. I didn't want to leave anything out. But that's going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of all these different updates. And let me know what you've expected and what you didn't expect to see there I'd love to know what your thoughts are. So yeah, subscribe if you are new to the channel, hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.